that, and so you backstabbing me? What the kind of friend is that?
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor, and you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV.
It's ridiculous.
Like, before we bring Professor Dave, here's my thing. Man, that's Professor Dave. Before he even get here.
A few minutes later.
Dave, why you are against what he believes? How about that?
Yeah, Flat Earth is the dumbest hoax in human history. Jamar just watched some videos by Eric Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit, memorized what he says, and repeats it and pretends to be intelligent. Instead, everything you say is so insanely stupid and can be disproven with, like, middle school level physics.
Really?
So, yeah, we can go ahead and you can rattle off your...
Do you have a working model of a ball that has water sticking to the outside of it? Can you show me a working model of that?
A tennis ball.
Yes, wet. No. That's not water sticking to a ball. That's saturation of water on the ball.
So
I want you to show me where water sticks to the outside of a ball as it spins. It doesn't go to the equator of the ball and spin off.
I heard what you said.
Show me a working model.
The reason that things stick to the Earth is because the Earth is extremely massive, so it generates a very large gravitational field. When water falls off of a ball, whatever ball you're talking about, to the Earth, it's because of the large gravitational field exerted by the Earth. So when you're talking about water sticking to a ball, your desired demonstration of gravity fails because gravity exists. Things fall to the ground.
There is density and buoyancy, sir. Gravity is not some magical thing that makes things drop to the ground. It depends the medium that it is in. If I drop something in this water, depending on how heavy it is, it's going to sink or float. First of all, this guy came out real disrespectful, talk about the stupidest shit. Like if he was in this room, I'd be smacking the shit out of him right now.
First of all,
okay,
it's all bullshit.
Right, sir? You know that, right?
What you say to the
you know that, right?
He's a scalar. It's not a force. It can't make things move. Buoyancy, there's a buoyant force, but it has gravity in the equation. Buoyancy only exists when gravity exists.
When gravity, the secret sauce.
Here's the problem with your density bullshit. You think that things fall down because the air is less dense. The air is less dense above the object too. So why the don't things fall up? Can you explain that to me?
Things do fall up, you fucking asshole. Bubbles go up, you stupid. Evaporation goes up, you dickhead. Like what the f are you talking about?
That's because there's wind.
Because it's lighter than the density it's in. How can a fly defy gravity? How can a tadpole defy gravity, you fucking shithead? How does anything swim through the ocean? How do you lift your legs off the fucking ground?
Things can...
On your shoulders, you fat head
someone's
bitch.
Getting a little sassy because he doesn't know the answer to the question.
We're not going to sit here and talk about all these.
We're not going to sit here and define words that you don't know.
Yes, define words. We're talking about what's heavy and what's light.
Yeah, so what does heavy mean, dumbass? You said the word heavy. What is heavy? What is weight? What is weight? What does that mean? You don't know the definitions of the words you're using.
Bro.
Words.
These are definitions that are you're full of shit.
Am I full of shit about what a day is? Is a day 24 hours? What's a day, dude? Tell me what a day is.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when you say down, you mean towards the ground, right?
Yeah, that's the ground.
Yes.
So wherever you're standing on this thing, wherever you're standing, down is towards the ground.
But now look how the
center of the earth.
Look how it turns. Look how it curves, mother. Look how the shit is on the side of the ball.
Here, down is towards the center of the earth. And if
you're standing on the earth.
And if you're here, down is towards the center of the earth. This is how dumb you are.
That doesn't make sense, asshole. That's how dumb you are. That shit don't make no fucking sense.
You think that there's
You're on the side, and it's supposed to be tilted, and it's supposed to be on an axis.
And you're imagining
this shit is fucking ridiculous.
Below
Please
the
get this
globe.
clown out of here.
That's why you think that there's a down in space.
Get this
in
clown
reality,
out of here.
There's no fucking down.
He's trying to get famous.
Magically.
Okay, you got famous off of me.
Down is towards the center of the earth. Do you get it? Do you understand?
Get him out of here. Down.
You're out of here.
Down is towards you. Is what you do to your father. Get out of here.
Oh, now we got the gay jokes coming. He's getting a little mad. Okay, kiddo, listen, can you admit that you only think that this is down because you're standing on the fucking ground? And so you're reinforcing what is the actual truth.
I told you.
A nice discussion. I guess we got a little bit aggressive.
Yo, bro.
Everything is fake because I don't like it. It hurts my feelings.
Who's the guest that you want? Because you know what I mean. Y'all can stay on with him.
I mean,
if you want
guys,
to, it's up to you.
I don't study this stuff like you guys.
Y'all want to stay on with him?
No.
Y'all want to stay on with him?
No, I invited you here.
So what then?
You paid a couple tolls.
All right, so then
that's expensive.
I'm done with him.
All right.
Wow. Okay, y'all saw the bullshit that happened on Godfrey's show with, the fake professor. And I'm going to tell you, I can't get too much into detail about this right now because I think there's some things going on. But all I could say is I apologize for the poor showing. To all my flat earth people out there, this changes nothing. Although I know I made myself look bad from being out of sorts for many different reasons that I can't necessarily get into at this moment. But I definitely was not myself that night. And I thought certain people were my friend. What? And you don't want to believe that your friends would do certain things, but yeah, it's definitely possible. But yeah, I was just not in my right state of mind. I apologize for allowing y'all to see me lose my cool. Yeah, that's what happened. I lost my cool. I let this sucker bitch, pull me into some shit. There's a guy on the show that used to be an ex-pimp, and, since he couldn't best me the last time, he did what a pimp does, and he got a bitch to do his dirty work. And that's what happened. Justin said it wasn't Godfrey who set you up. It was Dante. I think Dante was the source of it, but
plot thickens.
Godfrey was complicit. He was complicit in the whole thing. He was the linchpin because I wouldn't have done it for anybody else but Godfrey.
And I'm like, so my podcast don't mean shit to you. Because I did his podcast. I've never disrespected his podcast. I always was respectful to his podcast. And, and then when, when they were going back and forth, Dave didn't stand down. He was like, no, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I was like, okay, this is going to be good. And it got a little viral. It got a little viral and shit. And then he was like, yo, take this dude off. It was like, yo, yeah, man, don't show that shit. Don't show the episode. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because that's with my shit. Yeah. That's my money up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't show it because we cut it off right away, too. Like, I say, oh, this is going to be cool. Yeah. It happens. And I said I won't show it. Yeah. As a friend, I won't do it. I did not show it. Yeah. Still to this day, they go, why'd you let this punk you into not? I said it wasn't about that. It was about being a friend. That's what I wanted to do because I'm that kind of guy. I'm not a boy. I'm not. No one can say that about me. Nobody. You can not like me because whatever. That's fine. But as far as backstabbing people I know, as far as being like a gossip, I'm not that. I don't do that type of shit. I think your boy drugged me. I go, what? First of all, I'm not a weed smoker, so I'm like, what? I don't get it. He goes, I was out of sorts on that episode. So I go, but you smoke all day, every day. He's always rolling joints on there.
He rolled 3 blunts.
The whole place was smoked up, And he goes, your boy tried to pour out, I don't know. He put something in the thing. I go, why would he do that? He did it because he's like, yo, that's my man. I'm going to get him some weed, blah, 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 blah. And he threw that in. I go, Dante wouldn't do no shit like that. Why would he do that? Why the fuck would he spike himself and give you the same shit? You can't. You've been on my podcast before. Now you're doing this legal shit. Whatever, it's clever. You can't do that. Now you're going to do a lawsuit on me? Like what? Yeah. You called him F words and all kind of other shit. You know? So, and it's almost like you're trying to make up a beef, I guess. Maybe that's a rap thing.
He tried to Drake you.
Yeah, he's trying to Drake me like, I'm like, huh? It's like, you're bad. Your enemy is the guy Dave, not me. And then you're calling us sucker bitch and all this other shit. I'm like, maybe you're that kind of guy. Maybe you're that kind of whack-ass dude. Maybe that's what you are. Because I didn't call you any names. I said, let me just cut you my money up. Yeah. And then you're saying, oh, they're just doing this for views. What individual on social media is not doing shit for views? What if you ain't doing shit for views, you should not be on social media. Everybody wants views. That's why everybody and their mama is twerking on whatever. They're doing sketches with their kids so they can be influencers. You have to have views. That is how these things work. Views work. That's how you get money. Okay? That's how. Everybody's doing this shit for views, and you fucking right I'm doing this for views.
But he's implying you sold him out for views.
I sold him out for views. That's what I did.
You got literally.
I sold him out. My views came because he's been on my show. Stop. I've earned my shit on my own.
He's creating this beef to get the views.
Probably, yeah, that helps him get views. Yeah. Because if he didn't, he'd be like, let me not say anything.
Just another guess.
Because controversy brings people to watch. Yeah. You know, so I'm like, to get views, yeah. What else would I do this for? Yeah. I'm doing this for views. You're right. Views are currency. Yeah. Views are currency. That's important to have views. Oh, man. And this is not some beef I'm having with him. I just think you calling us names and calling me out, I'm like, I did you a favor. I tried. Yeah. And then you doing that, and so you backstabbing me? What kind of friend is that?
Let's talk about it, y'all. We got Godfrey and Lord Jamar apparently having a falling out, okay? As y'all seen in the clip, Lord Jamar played himself, messed around, put his foot in his mouth, and now he's starting to react like Drake a little bit, right? Can't control the outcome of the situation. So now you want to go the legal route to, I guess, scrub the internet of this debate gone wrong for Lord Jamar. Now, again, as you seen in the clip, how it all started, you know, Lord was up there with Godfrey, right, and everyone else on the podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the In Godfrey We Trust podcast. But as you seen in the clip, you know, Lord Jamar had his chest poked out. I'll debate Neil deGrasse Tyson over flat earth. You get what I mean? They like, look, we ain't got him, but we got someone else, Professor Dave. And boom, he start, F Professor Dave. He just took it there. You know what I mean? Again, I understand. You know what I mean? You in an environment with your homies, your friends. You done had a couple shots. You done smoked about 2-3 L's. And now you're not prepared for this debate with this Professor Dave. Now, who would have thought that a falling out would take place between Godfrey and Lord Jamar, and it has nothing to do with Vlad, for once? Because, man, this is crazy. To see Lord Jamar's reaction to basically getting embarrassed, all right? He didn't have all his information there. And I would rather if Lord Jamar would have just said that at the beginning, right? Instead of disrespecting the man and basically, creating this environment where the man is trying to have, a debate with you and you trying to insult him. You know what I mean? He even went as far as to say, look, I slap the shit out you. We in this room right now. When people start talking like that, you got him, right? Because again, Professor Dave, he ain't threatening. He's speaking through a laptop, right? A streaming camera. So, you can't really get violent with an individual who's trying to have a debate with someone who says, they believe in the stance on flat earth. Me, I'm not going to go there with it. But the point is, how could you let this debate, right, get the best of you to the point where now you want to have a falling out with Godfrey? I mean, come on, yo. And like Godfrey said, he did his best and, try to mediate the situation because, again, people wanted to see the debates. They wanted to hear Lord Jamar.
Y'all guys, excuse me. Feeling a little bit under the weather. This is Forgotten Kings TV. Oh, my sinus is acting up. That's when I know spring is on its way. Every time spring is about to come, that's when I'm starting to get sinus problems. This is nighttime stuff. Fuck, I'm gonna be asleep. So I'll get up and start moving around later. Anyway, yeah, I saw that episode. Godfrey was, not Godfrey. Lord Jamar was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He was wrong. He let that New Rochelle, I think that's where you're from, New Rochelle, New York. Hood, he letting that shit come out of him. I think it's from New Rochelle. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he was in the wrong. Godfrey, come on. How can you beat for Godfrey? Godfrey is one of the most non-threatening comedians. You know, a lot of black comedians don't like him because they think he's corny because he's not hood. Why does every black person have to be hood to be taken seriously as a black person? You're not black if you don't talk, if you don't have any street swag. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, and Godfrey's talked about that, how a lot of people don't like him because he doesn't, black people are not a monolith. You know what I'm saying? We're not a monolith. You know, we have different facets of smart black people, educated nerds, jocks, you know. But I think they used to put us in that box, but now it's getting to the point where black folks put us in that box. We put each other in that box now, where if you're not black unless you done been to jail. Like, why would, come on, they've conditioned you to think that you're not black unless you've been to prison. It's niggas that really think that shit too. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's go ahead and get back into it, y'all.
Jamar present his information to go up against this Professor Dave. Like I said, luckily Professor Dave was able to screen record the whole interview because according to Godfrey, Lord Jamar hit him up immediately and said, yo, I need you to take that video down, okay? And he ain't just asked Godfrey to take it down. He even told him, listen, if you don't, I go the legal route. I mean, huh? Come on, Lord. You took that straight out the Drake playbook. And then we not done. You go as far as to say that Godfrey's co-host laced the L that you were smoking. I mean, come on, yo. Are you serious? All of this because you got embarrassed in a debate that you asked to be a part of. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, this is what happens when one doesn't want to accept reality. Okay? Facts is, you thought you could debate this man. Okay? And the funny thing is,
his ego got, being that he's a rapper, and being that he's a New York rapper, his ego got abused. His ego got abused. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think his most rappers got fragile egos. You know, that's why they have to have gold chains and all that shit. His ego, being that this white dude was getting him. And this is a dude who's a professor. He's a scientist. Being that he got him, you can tell he's a nerd too, because he got a picture of the Simpsons on his wall and shit. He got a picture of Millhouse on his wall, so you know this is a straight nerd.
See, Lord wanted to debate Neil deGrasse Tyson, okay, and he wasn't available, so they grabbed Professor Dave, and clearly you were no match for Professor Dave. All right, now it's everything else as to why you weren't prepared for this debate. And when it's one thing, right, if you didn't see the clip, because again, Godfrey being a good friend, he took it down. Okay, this Professor Dave, on the other hand, he asked to screen record the whole debate. So again, if you didn't see the video, I'll leave the link in the description so you can see the whole debate. That'd be a different thing, right? Because then you would hear Lord Jamar's reaction on the show, talk about he wasn't in his right frame of mind and how he thought, he was around friends he could trust. I mean, come on, y'all. You too grown to be acting like this, Lord. At the end of the day, you put your foot in your mouth, okay? You had a couple, couple shots, couple L's, and you feeling like, you unstoppable. You can win any debate. Didn't matter who was coming in the studio. And then they get Professor Dave, and now it's, turn it off. Come on, Godfrey. Shut it down. I get the lawyers involved. And come on, man. Come on, Lord. What's going on, man? And I get it. Just a couple weeks ago, you was the people's champ. People were celebrating the fact that you were going back and forth with Fat Joe. After Fat Joe called out Lord Jamar and Tariq Nasheed and FBA on this My Expert Opinion interview with Math Hoffa. But before that, Lord Jamar, he had to apologize to Kamala You know what I mean? After he said some things about it. So it seems as if Lord is, on this new wave of media, right? This is his way of rebranding himself, right? We are long away from the days of Brand Nubian. But again, just thinking back, seeing how this all came together between Godfrey and Lord Jamar, let's be clear, COVID had a lot of people starting their own platforms. And it seemed as if Godfrey and Lord Jamar had good chemistry on camera, right? And we understand the falling out they had with Vlad TV. It caused them to explore their options, right? And before you know it, Lord Jamar, Godfrey, and Raw Digger, they were on their own podcast.
Raw Digger was trying to
right? And it was dope. Right.
Yeah, remember during the pod, people don't realize Rod Digger wanted to come over. It was one of the episodes. Rod Digger was trying to smash Godfrey. She wanted to come over his house. She was trying to smash Godfrey, and Godfrey didn't catch on. And she was like, "Never mind." She was trying to smash Godfrey.
But for whatever reason, COVID was over. Right. The emergency shutdowns, the lockdowns, whatever you wanted to call it, everyone was forced to stay home. So, listen, since then, Rod Digger done got married. Everyone has been pretty much holding it down when it comes to that brand, right? But we haven't seen all three of them together in a while. And, now it's just the God pod with Lord Jamar. And people really miss the chemistry between all three of the hosts. You get what I'm saying? Lord Jamar, Rod Digger, and Godfrey. But now to see it get to this point where, Godfrey has to respond to Lord Jamar saying that, he was backstabbed by a friend. I mean, come on, man. This is crazy. Like I said, you got to watch the video because it's Lord Jamar's reaction, right, to Professor Dave's points.
So smart.
You raise the question. Then when he answers the question, now you want to resort to violence. Now you want to overtalk him. And that's the part where it just ruins the whole debate altogether. Now you put Godfrey in an awkward position because, again, you have a live audience, right? Godfrey's podcast, this is his platform. Not to mention, he has a relationship with Professor Dave. You don't want to have a reputation of attacking your guest, right? Or having co-hosts that are resorting to violence every time they see a difference in viewpoints or opinions, right? Or ideologies. I mean, come on, Lord. You got to be better than that. You're a grown-ass man, right? We wonder why the youth act how they act because they witness the elders move like this.
Yeah,
you go out there, you mess up, you own up to it, you learn from it, and you move on. You don't slander your homies. You don't kick their back in because the outcome didn't go the way you prefer. That's just not how it goes. Now you make things worse because homie got the whole interview up. It's already at 500,000. So, like I said, come on. At the end of the day, we not here to bash anyone. But I'm not going to stop from calling it how I see it. And to go this far is to accuse Godfrey of betraying you and blaming his friend of lacing your L, all because you got embarrassed, all because you put your foot in your mouth. Come on, Lord.
He didn't have any facts.
That's crazy.
He didn't have any facts. He didn't have any facts to back up. This dude actually did the research, so he had facts that he could back up. He could research stuff. If Lord Jamar would have came with facts, then maybe he would have had something to stand on, but he really didn't have nothing to stand on, and it just resulted in just insults going back and forth for insults and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. What do y'all think about this whole thing? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Forgotten Kings. Y'all subscribe to their channel too. And Godfrey Podcast and Lord Jamar's podcast and the Professor's podcast. Support all of those channels. Appreciate y'all watching the video. Hit the thumbs up button. Talk to y'all later.